Welcome back to the Retro Movie Experience. You know, for the past couple of weeks, we've been talking about the slasher films, talking about Halloween and stuff like that. And I have to tell you this right now. The 70s and 80s was like a good golden period for that new slasher film. Halloween brought a lot to the table, bringing new things out. It changed the narrative of how slasher movies are depicted and given us what we know today as, you know, the horror tropes, stuff like that. And then films such as Friday the 13th that took off in popularity. And then films like Nightmare on Elm Street, Prom Night, etc. All those films, especially in the 80s of the slasher, when it comes to just teenagers and getting killed by this mass demented killer, was the popular thing. Going into the 90s, we have a wave of the slasher genre that just grows and gets more and more popular, even to like they have a new thing like straight to DVD type thing for the slashers. And in the 90s, Dimension Films had their hands all over the slasher genre. I mean, they had the thing in a chokehold because Scream took popularity. Ghostface was the new thing that was out, and that was the new slasher that dominated the 90s. Hell, even when Halloween came back, they was under Dimension Films as well. So Dimension Films was really running the 90s back in that time, which spawned out way more teen slasher flicks such as I Know What You Did Last Summer, Urban Legend, Leprechaun, even Child's Play, even though Child's Play did kind of start back in the 80s. And with all the success, we even had our first crossover in 2003 with Freddy vs. Jason. It was something that hasn't been done before. Enter in 2004 with a new kind of villain. And this film was entitled Saw. Saw was a movie that was written by Lee Winnell and it was directed by none other than James Wan. Now, I didn't go see Saw in the theaters. I'll be honest with you because honestly, it was under the radar, and when I heard about Saw, I was like, I don't even know what this movie's about. And then the thing was, seeing one of the promotional posters for it, I was just like, okay, it's going to be a killer like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's going to be sawing off victims' limbs and stuff like that, and I don't know, do something with them. Then when it came out on DVD, I went right to Hollywood Videos. Yes, I did say Hollywood Video. Hey, you either have Blockbuster or Hollywood Videos. Man, if y'all don't know about that, let me tell you something right now. Those were the days, bruh. And I went home, I watched the movie, and I fell in love with it. It wasn't how I thought it was going to be at all. I'll be honest with you. The way I thought it was going to be like a slasher cut off people, I was like, no, it's not that at all. It was a different kind of horror movie that really put a lot of thriller into it, to the point where I was really like, I really want to know who this Jigsaw killer is. Anytime I looked at the movie, and I was picking out who could be the Jigsaw killer, it's him over here. Oh, it's gotta be him. Oh, they're making it obvious. The movie said, Wrong. F you, this is the guy. Saw was so popular after that first initial movie hit that it spanned 6 sequels that was released yearly. All the way up until we got to Saw 3D. God, I hate Saw 3D. It took a break after that because honestly, that was supposed to be the end of Saw. That was the final chapter until 2017 when we got introduced to Jigsaw, 2021 when we got introduced to Spiral, and then 2023 we got Saw X. I thought all three were pretty decent, had its moments, and I think especially going into Saw X, it really brought the series back to where it needed to be. So here's what I'm going to do. With Saw being one of my favorite horror franchises next to Halloween of all time, I'm going to take a trip back and review the very first Saw. How does it still hold up today? We're going to go take a look back at the very first Saw movie and where it all started. So without any further ado,
I want to play a game.
We see a man in water with a blue light floating around him. Then he wakes up and apparently he's in water, and then all of a sudden this blue light falls into the drain. This shit gonna suck for later. He hears another voice ask what's going on, asks to turn on the lights, and then when they do turn on the lights, we are in this dirty ass bathroom. And we see 2 men chained up to pipes in the bathroom. We see Carrie Elwes, who plays Dr. Gordon in the movie, and we see another guy named Adam, played by Lee Winnell. Yes, Lee Winnell, the man who wrote the first Saw movie, and actually the first Saw trilogy, is actually acting in the movie as well, even though there are questions about his acting.
What's your name?
My name is very fucking confused. What's your name? What's going on here? Lawrence, calm down. There must be a way out of this.
He ain't beating them allegations. Both men see a dead body on the floor, And he has a gun in one hand and a tape recorder in the other. Now, Dr. Gordon realizes that in this bathroom, there's a fresh new clock. Now, with all this other shit-covered stuff and dirty stuff that's in the bathroom, the clock is still new, which is telling everybody that whoever put him in here wants him to tell time. At this time, Adam finds an envelope with his name on it in his pocket. Dr. Gordon finds the same thing. Inside the envelopes are a little tape. You know, one of the old school tapes you listen to on the tape recorder. But Dr. Gordon said not just a tape that he finds a key and a bullet. Now, this key, they automatically try to use for the chains. Now, for those who do escape rooms will know that the key, if they give you a key, you chain, it's clear that the key that's going to work on the chain, right? And after trying the key, Adam notices the tape recorder, and he's like, oh, you know what? That should help. So he uses the tub stopper in his shirt to get the tape recorder. So when Adam plays his tape, it explains that he has a chance to act instead of just watch. Are you going to watch yourself die today, or are you going to do something about it?
Rise and shine, Adam. You're probably wondering where you are. I'll tell you where you might be. You might be in the room that you die in.
I was like, I got to try to do something about it. Ain't really got a choice. Now, the Gordon's tape says that his goal in this game is to kill Adam by 6, and if he doesn't, Alice and Diana will die.
Your aim in this game is to kill Adam. You have until 6 on the clock to do it.
And he'll be left in this room to rot. Alice and Diana are Dr. Gordon's wife and daughter. Plus, X marks the spot for the treasure. But there's a whisper going on. So Dr. Gordon says, hey, yo, real talk, throw me that tape. And here's a whisper that says, follow your heart. So he looks around for it. He sees a heart on the toilet. So Adam, unfortunately, next to the toilet, has to go and try to look through the shit bowl of the toilet. Even though when he checks the top of the toilet, that's when he finds a package. Literally everyone would have checked the top first. Adam finds 2 saws, something else is hidden in the bag. Adam and Dr. Gordon try to saw off the chains, but to no avail. Adams actually breaks, and then he throws it at a mirror, and the mirror comes down and breaks off. More on that later. After they saw, Dr. Gordon realizes that he knows who did this, and he's about to explain to him who the Jigsaw Killer is. And we're going to get one of many flashbacks that's going to be in this Saw movie. And trust me, they're going to get annoying after a while. During this flashback, we're introduced to the cops that's going to be part of this. We got 3 cops. Ken Liu, he was in Rush Hour and the TV show Lost. Dinah Meyer, you know, you may know her for Starship Trooper. And of course, my main man, Danny Glover. You ain't too old for this shit, Marta. They come up on a body that's wrapped in razor wire. The body happens to be of a man named Paul. And we get to see our first, game of truly how Jigsaw mind really works. Jigsaw calls Paul,
You are a perfectly healthy, sane, middle-class male. Yet last month, you ran a straight razor across your wrist.
Maybe. He said, but last month you cut your wrist. Trying to die, or you want some attention? Well, you'll show me. So, if you want to die, stay where you at. But if you want to live, cut yourself again. Climb through the razor wire, getting all cuts because you want to cut yourself. Get out the door before 3, because at 3 o'clock, this door will close, and be like to be trapped out there forever, and you'll just die. I mean, damn, Jigsaw, you couldn't offer, I don't know, better help? Or just ask, if you want to talk? Paul panics and tries to run through the razor wire it's in like a punk rock music video from the 90s. Paul loses his test and dies from blood loss in the razor wire, where Jigsaw cuts out a jigsaw piece. Now, Dr. Gordon claims that Jigsaw really never kills any of his victims.
Actually, technically speaking, he's not really a murderer.
Really, Jigsaw? You can't use that same shit for our next victim. Ain't no way Jigsaw wanted him to win. We are introduced to Mark. Mark has been lying about being sick and getting some money from his insurance claim, something like that, for acting like he is sick, but he really isn't. So Jigsaw oh, really? Well, there's a slow-acting poison going through your blood, and the antidote is in the safe, okay? But there's more. The combination is on the wall. But wait, there's glass on the floor. You're barefoot. But wait, it's dark, so you can't really see. But wait, you're covered in a flammable substance. But wait, you got this one candle that you gotta use to light up the room so you can see the combinations. Put it on there, but be careful. By the way, you got a flammable substance, so once this fire burns out the candle, you're burnt up. And that's what happens. There's no way for this guy to even pass his test. At all. No way. Set his ass on fire. God damn, Jigsaw. To no one's surprise, Mark is dead, but they find a pen light from Dr. Gordon's office, which makes them go question Dr. Gordon. We're still in the flashback, and we see Dr. Gordon talking to some med students about this patient. More on that later. And he talks to some med students, and orderly Zep comes in, and he tells everybody that the man's name is John, Dr. Gordon, so like put some respect on that man's name. More on that later. But Dr. Gordon gets called into his office. Damn, girls, you thirsty? Tap and Singer return to Pet Line and wants to know, like, hey, yo, Dr. Gordon, where have you been at? But Dr. Gordon reluctantly tells him what his alibi is, and it holds up. But we don't even know what the alibi is just yet. It invites Dr. Gordon to stay while we hear from a survivor of Jigsaw games at this time, which introduces us to Amanda. Amanda tells us about her trap, and then we finally get the iconic look of the bear trap, the reverse bear trap. This trap was actually part of the promo posters, and honestly, I didn't really get the chance to see that until after I saw the first movie. I was like, if I saw that, maybe I probably would have went and seen it in the theaters. And also, then we get our first look at Billy the Puppet, because before we just been hearing Jigsaw's voice, but now we're getting to see Billy the Puppet come up on the TV screen, which is going to be iconic through the whole Saw series. The device is hooked up to her upper and lower jaws, and if she don't get it out in time, yeah, that's brutal. The kid's in her dead cellmate. But wait, he's not really dead. Amanda said, look, fuck that. I need that kid. She finally gets the mask off, and then she claims and tells Detective Tap that
he helped me.
So I was on drugs. This bear trap helped me get off of drugs. Really? Back in the bathroom, remember when Adam hit that glass off with the saw? Well, guess what? It's a two-way mirror. So he throws some more stuff at it and realizes that somebody is watching them through a camera.
I always feel like somebody's watching me.
As he tries to figure this shit out, Dr. Gordon talks a little bit more about his family, talks his wallet to Adam, and Adam looks at a picture, Dr. Gordon's wallet of his wife and daughter tied up. The message says, X marks the spot for treasure. You see more with your eyes shut. Adam tells Dr. Gordon this, but we get another flashback of Dr. Gordon's daughter telling her mom there's a man in the closet. Now, clearly the mom was just like, ain't nobody in there, and Dr. Gordon, she goes to tell Dr. Gordon, hey, put your daughter in the big as a man in the closet. And ain't nobody believing this child. Did we not just do a PSA about this in the Halloween review? You know what? Run it back.
The following announcement has been paid for by the
Nerd Coalition. Once again, everybody, if a child is coming to you and telling you, Mommy, Daddy, there's a man in my closet looking at me, and I mean, baby girl can see the eye out her closet, don't sit there and put this shit off. Somebody could be in the closet. Even if you don't believe it, open the closet door anyway. You may get a surprise. And then maybe, just maybe, we wouldn't have all these different problems. Once again, everybody, please listen to the kids. Please listen to the animals. So I won't have to do any more of these PSAs. This PSA was brought to you by Nerd Coalition again. Use fucking sense, people.
The preceding announcement has been paid for by the
Nerd Coalition. Dr. Gordon puts the door in the bed, gets in a fight with his wife. Oh, but guess what? There's somebody in Diana's closet. She screams, rightfully so. And there's a man covering the sheet who tied up Allison and Diana. And we see the dude who tied him up is Zep the orderly. Now, watching the movie back then, automatically I was just like, I knew it was Zep. Boy, he didn't know what was coming. But as Zep looks out the window, somebody else is watching Zep, and it happens to be Tap. But the flashback doesn't indicate that we're in the present right now. After a quick montage, we get taken back to the past, where Tap dropped off Dr. Gordon, where he has gone obsessed with the Jigsaw Killer. And after watching a video over and over and over again, he realized that the Billy the Puppet was in a gang hangout where they hear a fire alarm go off, and they go and research it, and they go find the place and go check it out. They find a man strapped to a chair, and hear Jigsaw call up the elevator. So instead of arresting Jigsaw, Tap was like, let's see what he's going to do. No, that's not smart. As they hold up Jigsaw, Jigsaw pushes a button and starts this trap where two drills about to go into this guy's neck. But he can get the key and let him out, but it's like a zillion keys on one key ring. So, meanwhile, Tap's still trying to get Jigsaw down. Zing is over there panicking, but never fear when you have a gun near. Zing shoots out the trap, but Tap gets slit in the throat and Jigsaw makes a run forward. Zing does catch him down and gets a good shot off on Jigsaw. Good shot, Zing. But as he's going, he gets tripped up as Zing goes, it's a trap. Gets his head blown smooth off. Now back then, the first Saw wasn't as gory as Saw would be to come, but the way that the effects in here was pretty gruesome as it was. And seeing the blood run out of Zing's body and the body twitching, yeah, you felt that one. R.I.P. Zing. And now we go back to the present and see Tap watching Zep, which brings us back to the bathroom. Oh, thank you. Let's go back to the bathroom. Ab decides to try that clue. I'm about to turn off the lights. And now they see the glow-in-the-dark X, which was in charge before. And Dr. Gordon goes there, sees a box. Oh, remember that key that y'all tried on the chains? Yeah, run that key back to me. Dr. Gordon opens up the box and sees cigarettes and a cell phone. Now, once again, escape room people, if they give you a cell phone, it don't mean you can call out. It's only to receive calls. But there's 2 cigarettes and a note in there, letting Dr. Gordon know that, hey, Adam love to smoke. So if you want to kill him, put this stuff in blood, he'll smoke it and solve all your problems right there. So what does Dr. Gordon do? We don't know, because we get another flashback where we see Dr. Gordon in a flash from somewhere and gets attacked by the pig mask. To go back to the bathroom. Wanted to know how Adam knew how to turn off these lights. And when Adam shows him the picture, he was like, well, why ain't you showing this before? Good fucking question, right? We don't really have time to be worried about somebody, how they gonna feel. We gotta get the fuck up out of here. So Dr. Gordon comes up with a plan, dips the cigarette in the blood, tosses it to Adam, and Adam will smoke it, act like he's dead, and they can get out, right? Well, Adam giving the worst performance of somebody dying from poison. Prove it to me. Adam gets electrocuted because the chains have electrical current running through him. Sure. And now that electricity now gives Adam a memory, and it was just like, oh, I know how I got here. Another flashback shows Adam developing pictures of Dr. Gordon in his apartment, which I think this is one of the creepiest scenes in the movie, because when all the lights goes out, Adam is sitting there using his camera flash to navigate through the apartment until he hears this. It's Billy the puppet out of nowhere start laughing. Yeah, nah, Billy, you can have the apartment. But Adam is attacked by Pig Mask, and now we are back in the background. That's when the phone finally starts to ring. And when Dr. Gordon answers the phone, it's his daughter like, why you ain't listening to me when I said there was somebody in my closet? They talk to his wife, and his wife tells him, listen, Adam lied about you. He know everything about you. Dr. Gordon asks him, and Adam is a terrible liar.
You know who I am.
But Adam turns back on Dr. Gordon, which we get another flashback showing that the flash was from Adam. We could have put 2 and 2 together, movie. We need to see this again. And then Adam takes pictures on Dr. Gordon cheating on his wife, even though Gordon did not do anything with the med student when he got to the apartment. But he's like, who paid you? Oh, of course, it's Detective Tap that's been paying Adam. Yep, you are too old for this shit. The news of this makes Dr. Gordon sit back into his English accent.
Convinced himself that I must have somehow been involved with the murders.
But Adam sees one of the pictures that's on the floor, and it looks to be Zepp in the home of Dr. Gordon.
Ruh-roh.
Dr. Gordon gets pissed, but guess what? It's 6 o'clock, and we're out of time. And Adam is still alive. Well, Zepp got to do the job. He got to take out his wife and daughter, but his wife does get free, and as Zepp tells her to call Dr. Gordon, let him know that he fell, then a fight ensues. Dr. Gordon can't see what's going on, but Zepp over there is struggling with his wife. There's a joke there. There's a joke there. Shots go off, and Tap hears it and makes his way over to the apartment. Tap gets over, and they have a little bit of a fight, and more shots are going off, and Gordon just didn't think his whole family is done. He starts crying, but then he gets electrocuted. I mean, he gets electrocuted bad. And then Tap and Zepp have the worst car chase in movie history. I know the budget is bad, y'all, but my God, I would have rather y'all just ran to the place where they gotta go, because this car scene was atrocious. When Gordon comes to, now he's about to snap.
I wasn't lying, see?
Fuck this shit!
And the phone rings because he got shocked. The phone kind of flipped out his hands and it flew a little bit first, so he can't reach it. The phone kind of flips away from him, but he's not rationally thinking. But Gordon is tripping right now. He is losing it. So Dr. Gordon said, fuck it, I'm about to get this movie its name. He takes off his shirt, makes a tourniquet, and uses the saw to do what Jigsaw felt as though you need to do with these saws, and cut off his foot. Tap catches up to Zepp, and they fight in this underground hallways, in tunnels and stuff like that. Zepp outsmarts Tap and kind of falls downward and shoots him in the chest. I told you he was too old for this shit, Tap. And Tap dies. Damn. Meanwhile, Gordon is as white as a ghost. Gold crawls over to grab the gun, puts the bullet in, and says, look, you gotta die. Shoots Adam. Oh, dang, you did it. But you late. The police find Gordon's family is going to take care of them. They're going to be fine. Zepp comes in the bathroom like, what the fuck did I miss? Zeb tells Gordon he's too late because it's the rules.
It's the rules.
But Adam said,
Got you, bitch.
and beat Zeb with a toilet seat lid. Once again, we don't see the head getting bashed in, but damn, seeing the blood splatter and even the toilet seat lid breaking, yikes, he beat the shit out of Zeb. Dr. Gordon tells Adam that he's going to go get help for them, but I will bet all my money on FanDuel that he won't make it past that door. Adam looks for a key, but then finds a tape recorder on Zep, and when he plays it, realizes that Zep is not the Jigsaw killer. Zep has his own game, that he's been poisoned, and whoever the Jigsaw killer has the antidote for him. And one of the best twists in horror movie history, that when Adam is done listening to the tape, you see at the side of his eye, the man, the dead guy that was on the floor, starts to get up. Adam is as shocked as everybody else watching this movie. That is Jigsaw. When I tell you I was shocked. And Jigsaw tells Adam,
key to that chain is in the bathtub.
that blue light we saw at the beginning that went down the drain, that was the key for that damn chain. I told you that shit was gonna suck. Adam tries to go shoot Jigsaw. Jigsaw electrocutes him again. We get a montage, and then Jigsaw walks to the door, turns out the lights. Adam is screaming, and then we get one of the best lines.
Game over.
That was Saw. My goodness. Looking back at the first Saw, I can see why this thing spanned so many sequels. I was so invested in the soap opera. This thing changed horror as we know it. It was a cultural change when Saw came out. Y'all don't understand how successful Saw was, to the point where they got given sequel after sequel after sequel after sequel on a low budget film. Saw changed the game. It was like a movement. Even in 2005, they didn't try to come out there. We had Saw 2 the very next year, but they even tried a movie called Hostel, which didn't work as well as Saw did, but it was something that you could tell took clear inspiration behind Saw. But Saw was a great movie. Saw is one of my top horror movies of all time. It holds up on its way today, and that's why I had to sit there and talk about it. How do you guys feel about the first Saw movie? I really enjoyed. I need y'all to post your comments out below. Make sure you guys like this video. And I enjoy doing these Halloween throwbacks with you guys in the month of October, but stay tuned, because we talked about a lot of things that changed the culture, but what about things from my culture? Well, we about to talk about that next time on the Retro Movie Experience. But until then, game over.